Back once again with the Champions League pool on Free Sports. Karl Boys versus Tom Cousins in our fourth match of the evening. Both these two winning their opening match. The winner of this one, therefore, will have the evening in their own hands. It's TC on the break. Golden break. Tom Cousins does it again. Karl Boys gets a taste of his own medicine. He did that to Eddie Barker in match number 1. And TC does it to Box Office Boys in match number 4. What a start.
Wow, that's incredible. And he crunched that break as well. That was a beautiful break there from Tom. And then, of course, the 8-ball flies in. What a start.
So break number 2 incoming. Gauntlet laid down to Karl Boys, who in his first match this evening was breaking an absolute dream. Look at that.
That's some break, isn't it? That is incredible.
Absolutely creaming them.
Just catching it so flush, they're absolutely just exploding. And the splits he's left himself so far tonight has been absolutely brilliant.
Red balls in play.
The 3 breaks Karl Boys had in his opening match, 2 of them were clearances from the break, but the first one was a golden break. So far, absolutely perfect from his own break. And every chance to keep that run going here. These reds look wide open for him. I'd like to have been a little bit straighter on this red to the bottom left. Screw up the table if we went at the top of the table, then come down. Just pinch the pocket a fraction just to hold this cue ball a little bit straighter on the red to the top left. He wants to get down to almost straight on the red into the right centre. If he manages to get there, it should be fairly plain sailing.
Yeah, played that really nicely.
That's perfect. That really is. A question whether he'd get the, be precise with his cue ball control, having not played a huge amount of this version of the game in a long time. But that was absolutely perfect.
So impressed. Honestly, so impressed. Everyone knows the pedigree of Karl Boys around the small table, but this has been some start from Box Office Boys. 2-0. Or should I say 1-1? Got a bit ahead of myself there. But just a crazy standard. He's considering, as we've said multiple times, he's essentially retired.
Yeah, I mean, that's scary, isn't it, really, when you think about it? But it's incredible. I mean, the way he's broke so far has been impressive, but he's controlled the cue ball beautifully. Good patterns to follow them up, and he looks so relaxed out there, so comfortable. He's a big danger, not just in tonight, but in this competition.
Yeah, anyone who can play at this level can win this tournament. That's an absolute fact.
Tom Cousins to break.
Tom Cousins won't be worrying about that, minds. He's just going to focus on his game, and there's good reason for that. And that's going to stay dry. Quite a few threatening pockets, but a chance for Karl Boys to stake his claim for frame number 3.
Not sure he caught that one as clean as he has his previous. First dry break of the night for Tom Cousins.
Yellow balls
I like that choice of shot as well. Just sends his other yellow at the top of the table down to the bottom. It's not come out perfectly for him. He's still got a little bit of work to do here. Just see him mark the cushion there with where he wants the cue ball to be.
It's not too bad if he can get to the one nearest the right-hand side cushion, but I'm not sure he can easily. I think there is probably room, but not a huge amount, so he may play into it. Oh, he's gone through the gap. It's a little bit unlucky. It's not the end of the world, though, because he's moved that yellow just a fraction to the right, and actually both those two yellows now go independently of each other, which helps. Attention now turns to the yellow nearest the left centre pocket. I still expect him to chase this finish.
A little bit of work to do, though, for Karl here.
Just wonder if there's a little bit more room on the yellow to the left centre than it looks from our main camera angle. If he finishes just high of straight on it, whether he can just pinch the pocket, play it in off that left-hand side jaw.
Shots. Oh, well, he's cued that. Dead in the centre of the pocket.
Yeah.
Just checking if he had an extension there with referee Scott Price. Oh, tried to find a little bit of room there. That didn't really exist. And Karl Boys makes his first mistake of the night.
Try to be really precise with his next positional shot. Not sure he's quite come back far enough up the table, as well as missing the pot. That wasn't easy. It's also not easy for Tom Cousins to respond. These aren't laid out particularly nicely for him at all.
Yeah, if Karl Boys is just trying to make that pot, he doesn't miss it. It's almost impossible for a player his level to miss that. But what he's trying to do with the cue ball there is put an awful lot of movement on it to get it to a part of the table where it doesn't really naturally belong. And that amount of power into those corner pockets, that angle, doesn't always make them stick. Tom Cousins sends it round the houses.
That's a brilliant shot. That really is. Oh, wow, that's incredible, really. Tough pot, really awkward cue ball. Gets them both perfect. And that's one of the hard balls out the way. One more left. That's the one by the left centre pocket.
He's picked that line and picked that pace so incredibly well. And he's had a bit of a friendly nudge there too.
Yeah, lucky not to go in off. And also then lucky to get the little nudge on the yellow, because if he slides by it, he's not on anything.
Yeah, now
they're there, yeah.
These reds look pretty unmissable.
Another little flick he didn't want, but it's okay. Does need to play a decent enough positional shot onto the 8-ball. I think that's why he's playing for the red now at the bottom of the table, because there's more margin to get onto the 8 into the bottom left. Not the perfect angle, this one. Keeple's got to do a bit of mileage. Doesn't want to hit the jaw. That's okay. Good shot, that. Much better than it looked. Straighten it up off that top cushion.
Yeah, he's done really well to get the cue ball there. 2-1 Tom Cousins then. He does punish the mistake from Karl Boys. I thought this match would be defined really and decided on pretty fine margins, and so far so it's proved. Neither player really looks likely to make a mistake, and Karl makes a slight one, and even though it's a really difficult looking clearance for Tom Cousins, goes in and punishes, and that's what the best players do.
Yeah, important for me, you punish mistakes, and that's what he's done.
It's an unquantifiable asset, that, isn't it, of a top player, but it's a quality they've all got. When you make a mistake against them, almost invariably you end up losing the frame.
Karl Boys to break.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and it's really, that wasn't as easy to do as Tom made it look there. All right, important for Karl Boys and his chances to respond to his first error of the night, and not a surprise to see his break absolutely firing. That was another huge break from him. And another huge split from him. I'd go as far to say, actually, watching the replay, that's the worst he's hit the break tonight, and it's still massive, and it's still a great chance.
Yellow ball's in play.
Always knew this group would be something of a tinderbox of talent, and it really has proved. The level tonight has been off the scale, really.
Slightly loose shot, that one from Karl. He was a little bit worried the natural angle was going close to the middle pocket. He didn't want to be near the middle pocket. He wants to be straight on this yellow. I think he's just about straight enough to hold the cue ball, though. On and off the cushion. Yellow just under his arm next. Yeah, nicely done.
Judged that one really well.
And now it's simple from here, because he can now hit the gap and then just top it through. One on the bottom cushion as his last ball.
He's playing all right for a bloke who's not really seen an English A-ball table in a while. I know he's playing with a broken rib. Looks okay, doesn't he?
It's not bad, is it? Especially off his own break. I mean, it's incredible, really. This 8-ball with another frame, another clearance, and it absolutely perfect on his own break so far.
It's relentless from Karl, boys. Super standard, this. Good to see a little bit of a crowd in tonight. They've been treated, that's for sure. Doesn't look totally happy, Karl, but difficult to think what with. He's been brilliant tonight.
Yeah, 5 breaks so far tonight for Karl, boys. 4 clearances from those breaks, and a golden break as well. That's certainly taking it to your opponent.
Those are the sorts of stats that we were seeing in the Pro Cup from Tom Cousins.
It's very true.
Tom Cousins to break. 2 frames all.
8 minutes left on the match. 2-2 on the scoreline.
Eight ball in motion once again. Close to the left centre pocket, but stays up. Yellows are pretty good here. Reds aren't bad, but yellows will be his choice. Doesn't want to flick that red, though.
Yellow ball's in play.
Not what he wanted. He wanted to leave the 2 yellows at the bottom of the table for his last 2. 8 ball then into the left centre. What does he have now? Not a lot. First glance. Can't see the one to the bottom left. Don't even think he can use the cushion to get to it. I think the red's too far in the way. Yeah, looking at the overhead, that shot's not even close. And
It's just this one's the top right that he's closest to.
I think that might be all he's got. This is a big shot. As I said after the break, the reds aren't terrible either. So if you miss here, you could be behind.
And this is
he's
very missable.
He's playing a bit of a two-way shot here. He's playing a sort of, he's going to leave it safe if he misses, but on a yellow if he makes it. This is clever. That's so good. That is so good from Tom Cousins. Look what if he misses that pot, look what he's leaving. It's really great vision.
Yeah, that's outstanding. So clever. Because now he's got the simple yellow here and he's in great shape. But Karl, if he'd have missed that very missable pot, was on absolutely nothing. That is very good vision indeed.
Yeah, the problem with the first shot he played, now that he's got over that hurdle and the problem he left himself, is the fact that the 8-ball is crying out to be played from the bottom of the table into that left centre pocket. So he needs a good positional shot to land on it. And it's far enough, it looks easy from the main camera angle, but it's far enough away from that middle pocket that if you don't get right behind it, it's very missable. You see there from the overhead, it's not as easy as it looks on the main camera. I really like that. I like that a lot. Move the yellow down the table so he's got a nice natural ball to be able to get onto the 8-ball. Tom is a very clever player, way he thinks about the game.
Yeah, again, thumps that around a couple of corners with top, and his finish looks routine from here.
Just a little bit awkward.
15-second shot clock in play.
This is very missable. If it goes to the top left, you make a case from taking it there, but...
And you've got a 15-second shot clock to work with as well, so there's going to be beeps on the backswing here. Played it well.
Frame.
4:43 left on the match clock then. 3-2 Tom Cousins. Brilliant finish. Brilliant finish.
We talked about in his opening match that so much is made about his break, but his game is built on so much more than that big break. He's so clever after the break. There was 2 shots there that I thought were just so clever, the vision to come up with those sort of shots. Okay, the first shot went wrong for him, so he had to come up with it, but good enough to do so. Very, very clever player.
Massive break coming up for box office boys.
Frame 6. Karl boys to break. Trailing 3 frames to 2.
And his break has been superb all evening long. Wants that to hold now. Just about keeps the cue ball on the table. Worst one he's hit by a long way, but he's made a ball. And look at the split he's left as well. He knows he got away with one there. Maybe just a little bit of extra tension in the arm. Knew how big a break it was, but...
Yeah, not the normal control of the cue ball. And actually, first glance, I thought it was going to be a great chance, but it's not that easy.
Worth pointing out, this is Karl Boy's first experience of a 15-second shot clock. Didn't need it in the first match, didn't get close to it.
Looks like he wants yellows. This first shot, he needs to cannon the red on the left-hand side. That's okay. I think he still goes. I think the yellow goes still.
I'm not sure it does with that little shake of the head.
Oh, maybe not. It's very tight, though. If it doesn't, it's a major problem. I think he's leaving it for last ball. Maybe turn it over with a little bit aside. He's had 2 very good looks at this yellow, and he's having another one now. This is very, very tight. He has an angle if he wants to play into it. He has played into it, and that's perfect.
What a shot! What a shot! At the time of the match, and the match state, what a clearance this is from Karl Boys. Brilliant.
Frame.
Absolutely brilliant. That is some finish.
Yeah, that's his best finish of the night. That was the hardest he's had to work for a clearance from the break all night long, and first shot didn't quite go to plan, but good enough to come up with the goods at the end there. I think he if he's honest with himself, he probably doesn't know whether that ball went or not, so he's played into it.
Final frame.
2 minutes 53 is plenty of time for a finish.
Yeah, final frame of the match. We've got loads of time. Wants a ball, wants a go at this final frame, and he's going to get it.
Yeah, and a good layout as well. Make a case for both colour sets. I think yellows will probably be his choice. Maybe reds. There's one awkward red, but it's not that awkward. I think reds, actually.
Extension call.
If he goes reds, then if he can get in between the 2 reds near the left-hand side middle, or nearest the left-hand side middle, in the top half of the table. If he can get in between those two, they just connect up really nicely.
ball's in play.
Just one good positional shot to get to that area, and then these reds are absolutely sitting pretty for him.
If this was on a 30-second shot clock, this match would be all but over, I think. But this on 15, with just a bit of a problem to solve, and you just feel like it might be a little bit up in the air.
Question is, can he kill enough time to stop a counter clearance if he misses?
I'm not sure he can.
I don't think that will even be in his mind. I think he's only focused on the finish. Okay, that's good. That works, and he may well have played the cannon the way it's come out as well. Maybe not the flick on the yellow, but the shot on the red to knock it to the top left, so that then connects to the one to the left centre.
Yeah, this doesn't the pattern that he's looking for, top left centre, then your last red is the one at the bottom of the table. It still feels like it's a little bit tricky.
Yeah, the one into the middle pocket, he needs to be absolutely straight on that, or pretty close to straight. That's why he's played that one off the yellow. Well, he's actually got loads of angles, so he's going to play for the red in the same pocket. I was thinking if he could get straight top through to the middle pocket, and then he's got it to the bottom right, but he's going to go across it.
Just glanced at near jaw, didn't he? Used every inch of it.
That's all very clever the way he's gone about this finish. It really is. 2-3 shots in this visit to really make it look easier than it is.
And perfect on the 8 ball. Well, Karl boys might feel a little bit hard done by. He's not done a huge amount wrong in this game. But Tom Cousins wins it by 4 frames to 3. Outstanding standard between two fantastic players. It's Top Cat who has the Champions League Group 4 all in his own hands.